Sarah was a young intern at a massive, impersonal corporation. She was ambitious and hardworking, but she felt invisible in the sea of powerful executives. Her biggest fear was being late for the big quarterly meeting, a chance to finally make a good impression on the CEO. One rainy morning, rushing to the meeting with her presentation clutched in her hand, she stepped into an empty elevator. The doors closed, and with a sickening jolt, the elevator stopped dead between floors. The lights flickered and went out, plunging her into near total darkness. Panic seized her. The emergency button didn't work. Her phone had no signal. She was trapped, alone, and the most important meeting of her career was starting without her. Tears of frustration and fear streamed down her face as she banged on the metal doors, her cries for help echoing in the small, dark space. Down in the building's basement, an old maintenance man named George was finishing his shift. He was a quiet man, close to retirement, who most employees never even saw. As he was packing his tools, he heard a faint, muffled sound. He paused, tilting his head. It was almost nothing, easily mistaken for the building's usual groans. But George knew every sound in this building. This was different. Following the faint noise, he went to the main elevator control panel. The board showed a fault in elevator 4. Instead of just filing a report, he grabbed the service intercom. "Hello? Is anyone in there?" His calm, gravelly voice crackled through a small speaker in Sarah's dark elevator. Sarah gasped, her panic turning to a flicker of hope. Yes, I'm here. I'm trapped," she cried out. "All right, son," George said, his voice steady and reassuring. "Don't you worry. I know what the problem is. I'm going to talk you through it. I'm not leaving you." For the next hour, George stayed on the intercom, his calming voice her only connection to the outside world. He told her stories about his grandkids and asked about her dreams, keeping her mind off the darkness and the fear. He was no longer just a maintenance man. He was her lifeline. While the CEO was tapping his pen impatiently in the boardroom, George was slowly, painstakingly working the manual override to bring her to safety. When the elevator doors finally slid open on the ground floor, Sarah stumbled out into the light, not into the arms of worried executives, but into the kind, smiling face of the old man she had never met. She had missed her big meeting, but in that dark, silent elevator, she had found something more important. She learned that in moments of true crisis, help doesn't come from a title or a position of power, but from the quiet, unseen people who listen for the faintest cry for help and refuse to let go.